Alright, 69-second summary for the new Garchomp EX deck that can get up to 400 hit points thanks to the power weight, meaning you can almost assuredly survive a hit from any Pokemon out there except Raging Bolt, who can do 420 surprisingly easily, but I haven't played against Raging Bolt since that survival's launch, so that shouldn't be an issue. The strategy with Cynthia's Garchomp is fairly simple. Get a Gabite into play as quickly as possible, use its ability to find your Cynthia's Pokemon, then deal 100 damage with a 400 hit point Garchomp. Just be aware that Corkscrew Dive is the move I perfected in college and got me my first ex-wife. Also, the move is bugged on TCG Live, automatically drawing you up to 6 instead of giving you the option. There's two main ways to play Garchomp, with Spiritomb or with Frostlass. Spiritomb does 10 damage for each damage counter on your bench Cynthia's Pokemon. Let a Garchomp take a hit, now Spiritomb can one-shot a lot of things in standard for a single energy. Just be aware that Spiritomb doesn't hit for weakness, so Gardevoir and Mewtwo could be out of range unless your opponent can't count or read like me when I played Mewtwo. Frostlass meanwhile benefits from Garchomp's first attack. While the Grimmsnarl Frostlass deck is awesome, it can really struggle in terms of card draw. Garchomp fixes that while offering up 100 damage attack and a beefy body you can let take a hit or two. The worst part about Garchomp is that no list feels perfect. You play Roserade to boost the attack of your Cynthia's Pokemon by 30, but to make room, you can't run Frostlass. Spiritomb's great, but against certain matchups where they take one-shots, it's useless. And a Grass weakness means that a Diplin player will Draconic Buster all over the place when you flip over Gible. I guess my only course of action is just thinning out the deck as much as possible, so we'll get some stuff out there. Okay, Jaw, that's not very nice. Okay, you know I don't get drops. I drop pants, I don't drop free cards, okay? That's not very nice. You should be ashamed of yourself. Okay, so I think I have to play with my balls here. I think that's the safest call. We play with our balls a little bit. And then I have no abilities. I don't think the 20... Is the 20 damage on the Scyther going to matter? I guess technically it will, and this does allow me to retreat. So we'll just go for a Spikes thing. The nice thing about Garchomp is the Gabite. Okay, because I haven't changed it. Gladiator, thank you for the sub. I appreciate you. You know, you're the Russell Crowe to my Maximus. Wait, wasn't his name Maximus? You're the Russell Crowe to my fighting around the world. Ah, there you go. But Gladiator, I appreciate you, and I appreciate the words. Agility. Oh, they're not going to flip heads. They flipped heads. All right, so they're protected. That's fine. I really probably wasn't going to do anything this turn anyways. But it's nice to know that the next 7 cards in my deck would have been not supporters. That's always fun to know that the next 7 cards in your deck were not going to be supporters. I missed the Dwarvis stream. Well, I've got good news. It's going to be uploaded to YouTube very, very soon. Okay, so yeah, there's no reason to go for a Roserade here. If they take a knockout, that's actually not good for us. Surprisingly. Surprisingly, it's not good if they take a knockout. But I mean, we do have it, right? We are pretty well set up. I may as well just go for a Spikes thing to annoy them. And FM Boss, Cynthia's Garchomp's your favorite deck. I will admit that there's some things wrong with it. And Big Smooth, still love watching the #1 PDCGL streamer and YouTuber of 2022. And YouTuber. But yeah, Cynthia's Garchomp, I've noticed that, you know, you don't need 4 power weight. You don't need 3 Spiritomb. The Team Rocket's Watchtower, we're not really in a meta like Japan, where Team Rocket's Watchtower is as important. And Mark, yeah, you should come watch Trust Your Pilot, because at least when it comes to my drops, you just type in Destined Rivals 25 and you get free stuff. You're never gonna let me live that down, are you? You're never gonna let me live that down. But yeah, Garchomp just has a lot of good tools to it. It doesn't have the one perfect list. And thank you for gifting a sub to FM Boss. And yeah, I was not live yesterday. I'm sorry. You know, that video, who would have thought that previewing over 100 cards in one video would take a lot of time? Not me. Clearly, you know, I only have like 600 YouTube videos or something. Who would have thought that it would have taken, you know, that much work? Okay, so they're just going for a TM evolution. They're letting me take the knockout. Now, Gholdengo is a very bad matchup. Yeah, 9 seconds a card. And Oscar, it's the move I perfected in high school. It does, especially when they're freshly lotioned too. So yeah, Gholdengo is a horrible matchup for this deck, but we have never, we're just never going to draw a supporter with this deck. That's just kind of how things are going to go today, is we're just never going to draw a supporter that we need. Okay, so since we're knocking out the Scizor, wait, why do they have a Teal Masked Ogerpon in here? Is it just for like Garchomp or something? Okay, so we don't want to overload our hand too much. Okay, so we have Roserade has a 1 retreat cost, so this is fine. I mean, the Ultra Ball, I wish that Nest Ball was still in format. Or sorry, not Nest Ball, Level Ball. I wish Level Ball was still in format. That would be so busted. All right, so we're going to have to put the Garchomp into play just because I need to maximize my draw here. And then let's go for a Spiritomb. Actually, we're gonna keep the Spiritomb secret and we're gonna keep it safe, okay? We're going to go for another Gible because I want them to quake in their boots. I want their booty to be shaken, not stirred. And they've got to release 2 different sets. I don't think they'll screw it. Oh my god, we still don't have a draw supporter. I don't think they'll screw it up because it's more or less just 1 set split into 2. It's not 2 sets, you know, at once. It's 1 main set split into 2 smaller sets. The best play is to Gabite these nuts. All right. Thanks, Clan Burglar. Wait, they got is the Teal Masked Ogerpon seriously just for the Garchomp? But you have to get like 7 energy on this thing to knock out the. I am so confused. Yeah, I mean, they'll definitely screw something up because there's some very wacky abilities like the Archeops ability where you just suck all of the butts, where you just devolve your opponent's Pokemon. That's going to be weird. There's the Mandibuzz that takes the Pokemon from their hand and slaps it down. There's the Alomomomomola that takes a basic from your discard pile and puts it on the bench. So there's just a lot of like brand new effects that haven't really been seen. And then obviously we're getting reprints in Black Bolt and White Flare with Tools Crapper, so they can't screw that up. We're getting I call them legality refreshes for energy retrieval and Pokégear. So I mentioned this in the video. Typically it's in base sets where we see. Why'd they put the Cleffa down? Typically it's in base sets where we see stuff like Pokégear, energy retrieval, some balls to play with. Like we get reprints and refreshes and stuff in base sets, but the Gen 10 base set's not arriving until March 2027. So they're just being like, I'll just get it over with now. Which makes sense. You know, I don't hate it. Ooh, they don't. Oh, crap. I've made an oopsie. I've made an oopsie in my pants, but so have they. All right, so we have Roserade. Now, this is a nexus point here. How do we do this? Because as you'll recall, I thinned out all of my energy to try to play the game, and we were mightily punished for it. But we're also in a situation where I want to take a knockout, and we can just body this Gholdengo. The Phesandipity's on the field, but I feel like it makes more sense to just knock out the Phesandipity right now and just go power weight, retreat. Yeah, we're just gonna. And here's to many more years in the cult. But I think this makes more sense, right? We need to take a 2-prize KO this turn. Those are all still haven't found an Iono. We prized at least 2 Arven. Have I even checked the deck? Like, I've checked the deck, but I haven't checked the deck. Let's make 4-prize Pokemon. I am surprised they haven't done 4-prize Pokemon, just like, you know, a 4-prize marker, like a V-Star marker, but for 4-prizers. You're like a Mega Evolution marker. I am very surprised we haven't seen that. But Jetty, thank you for all the subs. So, you know, against a deck that has all the card draw in the world, and we haven't played, like, look at our discard pile. This is why Garchomp is good. right? I have 5 energy in the discard pile. I haven't played a single draw supporter. But Corkscrew Dive, which is the move I used on I Am Legend's mom last night, and then I made her do a Draconic Buster, it just works, right? The Gabite finds all your Pokemon. The Garchomp draws you cards. Apparently you don't need to play draw supporters in this deck. So for the win, I don't know if you discovered this while playing it for your video, but Garchomp, you don't actually have to play draw supporters to win. Isn't that crazy? So the reason that I was like, oh, this is a Nexus point, is that I could have attached and gone for a Draconic Buster and knocked out the Gholdengo, but I think knocking out the Fez and Stiabity makes more sense. Your deck played wait, you played 3 Crispin? I think I'll have to check my list. It's been a long time since I built the Frostlass build, because I know you probably got your deck list from my video previewing all the best new decks. Because, you know, that's where you get all your ideas, is from me. But, so this is an interesting situation we find ourselves in here. Because they have the Ogerpon setup, that's fine. Yeah, this deck farms Fezandipity. They got the old gold. The old gold, that's not it. It's, where'd it go? Where did it go in the stack? And never gonna let me down. I am not jealous of For the Win's, oh god, what are they about to do? I am not jealous of For the Win's view count. I'm jealous of my opponent who's about to get bodied by a Spiritomb. I was like, oh, I gotta do thinking. I have to, you know, prep my deck and do all this thinking and all this crap, and oh, I gotta activate Countercatcher, or I can just put a Spiritomb into play. Or I can just put Spiritomb down and, oh yeah, we're fine. All right, so let's go. We're gonna burn the Poffin. Let's see, 3 Spiritomb is way too many. Let's just be completely honest about that. We definitely go for an unfair stamp here. The question is, do I bother putting a power weight on a Spiritomb, or do I just put it on, I think I put it on the Gabite. And then we go Arven for fighting energy. We can't use the stretcher. It's very important we don't do that. And then I should have a TM evolution. Yeah, oh, we got 2 TM evolution. That's... only nerds use TM evolution. All right, so then we go unfair stamp. We knock out the Gholdengo because of the Roserade boost. And again, this is why I like the... Oh my god. We still haven't seen an Iono. How is this physically possible that I have not... I have 4 Iono. We haven't seen a single one. We have what? 11 cards left in deck? I have yet to see a single Iono. All right, well, we're doing 320. Yeah, we need to... You don't need 3 Spiritomb. I'd rather have an extra Night Stretcher. Yeah, there's a Pokégear. We're guaranteed... Wait, are we guaranteed? Yeah, no, actually, if we use this Pokégear right now, there is a chance we don't get a single Iono, because the bottom 4 cards of the deck could have been Iono. But since we're going to draw our top deck, we're guaranteed to get an Iono off this Pokégear. Yeah, 3 Spiritomb. Remember, you go crazy at first. It's what I always say. You got to whack off before you slack off. No, you got to be crazy. You got to see what doesn't work before you can find out what works. And they hit me with the first Iono played this game is a butt breaker. No, I did not like that. I didn't. I mean, technically this is good because it'll put them down to 2 cards. But this isn't how it was supposed to go. But, oh no, we just need an energy. That's all we need is an energy and we win. Actually, we don't need a whole lot, because if they go for the Garchomp, then we lose. But if they go for the Spiritomb, then we have 2 turns. So I can attack with this Garchomp. So if they don't find a Countercatcher, we just punch them in the butt with the Garchomp. Yeah, you wanted Iono. You got Iono. Why are you complaining? So as long as they knock out my Spiritomb, we are totally fine. But I think this means they're not going to be knocking out my dude. I think Garchomp's surviving. We haven't seen a Countercatcher, though. But imagine losing to a Garchomp deck that doesn't play a single draw supporter. Like, look at this. When have you ever been winning 4-1 against a good deck? Oh, this is easy. This is GG territory right here. And I told you we should have put the power weight on the Spiritomb, forced them to spend an extra energy. But now they have to take 2 knockouts to win. And I just need 1, and I can knock out the stupid... I can knock out the... Wait, that's just... That's so boring. I never played Iono. That's so stupid. I never played Iono and we won the game. I'm gonna bust. I'm gonna bust all over the place. Okay, I'm gonna bust. And we're not gonna use Spiritomb. Even though Spiritomb is the ultimate move, we're gonna Draconic Buster all over the place. Oh man, stop. You're gonna make me Draconic Buster all over the place. And Shiny Ray. Hey, I already have you subbed for the next year. It doesn't matter if you're here or not. So it turns out you shouldn't play Iono because Iono is a useless card. I mean, I just won this game 6-3 and I didn't play a single Iono, so clearly draw supporters are useless. Everybody, we may have a potential problem on our feet here. My opponent attached a fire energy to a Cleffa. If you're going to tell somebody you're about to use a TM evolution, you attach a fire energy to your Cleffa. All right, so I think I want to go for the rescue board first. Now the question, you know, this is an interesting question. Or interesting answer? I don't know. I think I honestly retreat into a Gible. Right? Like, call me crazy, but call me maybe. I think I retreat into a Gible here because I'd rather have an energy on a Gible than have an energy on a Roselia, right? And I can just go get double Gabite, and then look what's going to happen next turn. If they do if they do a Cleffa or a TM evolution play, then I can just evolve the Gible into Gabite. I take a free prize on the Cleffa. Or I can, you know, get a Rare Candy. If I top deck a Rare Candy, that'd be pretty goated. But I think you want to have your energy on your Gible. You don't want to have your energy on your Roselia. Like, Spiritomb to get an energy is fine, but that's obviously like a later game card. You're not going to use Spiritomb. I mean, you can't use Spiritomb right away. So after a few games, I'm starting to really learn Garchomp. And yeah, the more I play it, the more I like it. Obviously, it has major weaknesses, and I'm not talking about grass. See? I told you. I told you we were going to do it. So, hang on. We actually can get double Roserade here. So if they just evolve this into a Charmeleon, I just bosses the Charmeleon and knock it out, and they concede. Because I'm an expert game player. Are you going to let me have my way with you? Oh, they got the Zard. Crap. And why double Gabite and not 1 Gabite, 1 Roselia? Is it, Pixel God, is it the same? Wait, did they just... Oh, they've made an oopsie. They've made the biggest of oopsies in their pants. But does it matter? You'll have to let me know if it actually matters, but does it matter? we got the Rare Candy. Oh my god. Oh god. We got the Rare Candy. That's insane. Okay, yeah. Now things have changed. I think. I don't know. I'm so happy right now. That is amazing. And we just bosses the Charmeleon and just end the game. Because if they just had a fire energy, they would have potentially won. But now we win the game. Yeah, we just go bosses the Charmeleon. Easy clap. Why is the Roserade so dark? So yeah, Pixel God, you'll have to... Oh, God. Oh, yeah, we got Team Rocket's Watchtower. Pidgeot player. You know, my opponent's a Pidgeot player. They're about to be big sad. But yeah, that was crazy. I mean, obviously, if I got like a power weight, then the Gabite would have survived a Pidgeot attack, so that's not a big deal. But that's a great turn, and I don't think they're here anymore. I said it has its weaknesses. Its weaknesses is that it takes 2 energy to do anything, but you're manually attaching 1 at a time. So you're really only doing, you know, 100 to 160 damage with Corkscrew Dive. And then matchups like Raging Bolt and Gholdengo are really bad for the Spiritomb build, because Spiritomb relies on your opponent not taking knockouts. You don't want your opponent to knock out a Garchomp. So you don't want them to, you know, be able to do more than 400 damage, which again, Raging Bolt and Gholdengo can do. So it's like you want to have a Toad Scroll in the deck, a 1/1 Toad Scroll, because that bodies Raging Bolt and Gholdengo, preventing them from getting back their energy. Okay. I guess this means they're going to get a Poffin off the Pidgeot, but then the Team Rocket's Watchtower is just going to be hilarious. Oh, you know, just a good old Team Rocket's Watchtower to the face. Okay, so... Wait, what? Did they just quick search? What? What? Okay, my opponent is really grasping for things to do here. They're really grasping for what they should be. Okay, so Team Rocket's Watchtower, get wrecked. And then Earthen Vessel, Ultra Ball, useless card in this deck. Ultra Ball is the worst card in this entire deck. Now, here's another interesting situation we find ourselves in. Do I take the knockout with Roselia? I think the answer is no. And I think what I do is I just attach to you. We go Iono to... Do I want the Garchomp? I guess I do want the Garchomp. Right, like I just want to thin out the deck a little bit. And yeah, we want the Roserade, sorry. We want the Roserade. And then we do want to keep this Gabite a Gabite, just in case. I don't know what the just in case is, but who cares? And then we go, Iono, you don't have a Pidgeot. So the Watchtower, you know, right when I think about getting it out of the deck, it's probably going to come into handy. It's going to give me a big handy right here. I mean, do I just... Nah, we just Corkscrew Dive. And we got our first power weight. Of course, as soon as I cut down to 3 power weights, we can't find any. Grimmsnarl is a really bad matchup. Oh yeah, Grimmsnarl's tough, especially because you're relying so heavily on Gabite. But the thing is, you can put Reversal Energy in the deck and allow your Roserade to do, what, 300 damage? So if they're not careful, their own Frostlass would knock out their... Oh no, sorry, 280 with a Reversal. So that is somewhat of a bit of spice, is you go Roserade. So you cut out the Spiritomb, you cut out everything else except just Garchomp and Roserade. And you have like 5 fighting, 2 reversals. And then this guy can deal with Charizard, it can deal with Grimmsnarl, it can deal with a couple other things that I'm not thinking of. But it's just no one expects the Roserade. Yeah, people are too bland. No one expects the Roserade. Okay. I guess you're bringing up the Gabite? You can't knock anybody out. But this was total domination. Okay, they're going for the Spiritomb, and then they're knocking out the Watchtower. But I think the damage is done already. I don't know how they can recover from this, because all I need is a fighting energy, and then the Pidgeot's knocked out. Oh, this is great. Can I deal with Amoonguss? No, Amoonguss could actually beat Garchomp, but Amoonguss would have to flip heads. Actually, no, Amoonguss cannot knock out a Garchomp with a power weight, so Amoonguss is the worst. Uh-oh. Oh, they gave me everything I needed. Thank you. So they're playing with their balls again. I think we're okay. I think we'll be totally fine. And yeah, I did do an obligatory TCG Pocket mention in my Black Bolt and White Flare preview video, where it's like they're giving us a card on the same power level as a TCG Pocket card. And that's End's Plot. Oh, it's just a Double Dawn. Cool. Double Dawn. Who doesn't want a double Dawn? Double down on a Double Dawn. I love that sound. Speaking of blasphemy, Blacephalon and all the Ultra Beasts, are there any Ultra Beasts in Standard right now? Because I don't think there's any Ultra Beasts in Standard, and that makes me big sad. Like, there's more Ultra Beasts in TCG Pocket Standard than there is TCG Live Standard. That makes me not happy. And then I think we just Gabite a Spiritomb and be like, oh, you got rid of that one Spiritomb? Guess what, baby? We got more. We got another one. All right. I'm gonna bust all over the place. I mean, I do have a Night Stretcher, and I don't really want to give them extra cards. I mean, yeah, I think we just take the 2 prizes, right? I know they have a Zard in their hand, but I don't really mind, because how much damage is the Zard doing right now? Like, it's doing a lot, but it's not doing 400. Gargalon EX. But yeah, there's no Ultra Beast in Standard, right? That's what the TCG Pocket set made me sad about. It's like, they get Ultra Beast, but what do we get? Yeah, they lost their maximum belt too. And yeah, somebody did point out in the last gameplay video that where I was complaining about how there's been 4 dragon types in the last 350 cards when you count Black Bolt and White Flare. Is that, well, to be fair, there's only, 4 pure dragon types in black and white, but it's like they could have made Hydreigon a dragon type, right? It's literally in the name, so they could have given us 7, but it's the fact that Destined Rivals has 0 dragon types in it, and then Black Bolt and White Flare has 4, and it's like, why? Oh, God. Why would you bring dragons back and then just be like, oh, we already gave you Raging Bolt and Dragon Bolt. We already ruined the meta. We're just gonna stop for a little bit. We already ruined the meta. We can take a breather. Good job, everybody. We ruined the meta. We can take a break. Well, I don't think that counter catcher is gonna do a whole lot, but it actually could win us the game. They also have a Rabska. Okay, so this is another reason why I really like Garchomp, right? They Iono you to nothing, but if they can't knock it... Oh, I win. This deck is cracked like a butt. What the hell? How is this deck so good? Like the Spiritomb. I told you, the Spiritomb is a goated card. I didn't realize how goated. Right? It's just, if you can't do 400 damage, what's your game plan? You don't attack. I prized my A-Spect. We still won. God, this deck is so much better. You might say I'm having a blast with this deck. That's the title of the YouTube video, because in Japanese it was like Dragon Blast or Draconic Blast was the translation, but then they traded it to Draconic Buster. But I choose to say it's a blast. That's a pretty sick top deck. Just getting the Gabite off the top is pretty good. So I think we go Champion's Call for a Gible. Or do I get the... Hang on, do we have... We prized the Roserade in back-to-back games. All right, we don't want to go Crispin. I can't knock anything out. The Arven seems kind of dumb. I don't want to give them more cards, but I'm going to give them more cards. Like, what else am I going to do? We got to go fast here in this matchup. And that's what we're going to do, baby. Again, I don't want to give them more cards, but what are the options? All right, so let's go for Memento Monkey Dory. And then just hit him with the old Dragon Slice. And Erich, yes, it moves any fire energy, so it's not just basic fire energy that Armor Rouge moves, it's any fire energy. So that can be a Luminous energy, a Legacy energy, even a Prism energy when that comes out in Black Bolt and White Flare, a Rainbow energy and Expanded. So it's any energy that can be a fighting or a fire energy is what it can do. And I just gave you all the cards, didn't I? You probably got a rare candy and you're about to knock out my Gabite, and I'm going to be big sad and I'm going to concede. But we could win this one. It's not going to be easy. But we do have Spiritomb. We do have Monkey Dory. The Toad Scroll, again, the Toad Scroll is realistically only here for Raging Bolt and Gholdengo. That's about it. It's just here for Raging Bolt and Gholdengo, because those are your biggest obstacles, because they're the only decks that can realistically one-shot your Garchomp without, weakness. All right, I am okay with what they're doing. They're probably going to combustion. They're probably going to combust all over the place, but I'm going to Draconic Buster all over the place. Interesting decision to attach to the Quilava. That makes me think maybe this isn't a Dragapult build, and this is just Dracloaked and they don't have a Dragapult, because that is something that does exist. What if you have 2 Luminous on a Pokemon? Then you've just made a big oopsie. Okay, well, it is the Dragapult build. Yeah, if you have 2 Luminous, well, then you just made a big oopsie. Yeah, I was thinking like, oh, maybe there's no Dragapult in here. No, they put an Experience Share on the Cloak. I do question not putting the energy on the Quilava. Maybe they're just really worried about like me putting double Monkey Dory down and they don't want me to just spank them for 60 because that would, you know, screw up a couple things. Okay, so we have... Do I even want another Gible? Hang on. So what do we got in here? I think another Monkey Dory makes sense. The Toedscool seems like it's not the worst idea to put the Toedscool into play right now. All right, so we go Gabite, and then we go Gabite into Garchomp. I don't quite know, because it's going to take me a couple turns to really do anything. And Nerdy Girl, oh, damn straight, Nerdy Girl. Okay, so let's get rid of... Let's go Buddy-Buddy Poffin. How useful do I think the Toedscool is going to be? I think it will be 0 useful. But, like, am I seriously going to put a Roselia in here? When Roselia is big bad? I think I'd rather just have a Gible, to be completely honest with you. I think we just go Ultra Ball away, these two. Go get a... And we don't want the Pheasant's but hey, I'm winning. I didn't even realize we were winning. I didn't even realize we were doing well. That's crazy. All right, and then we go Arven for TM Evolution, and I think I just get the Buddy-Buddy Poffin. We're just trying to thin the deck to draw as many cards as possible. I probably should have gone for an Earthen Vessel now that I think about it, but don't worry about that. What are we going to do, lose the game because I made a boneheaded mistake? See, we got double Crispin. We're going to be totally fine. And one pulled. Oh, yeah. I saw when I was perusing all the Japanese lists, it was not uncommon Energy Podcast to see like just a 2/2 Cloak and no Dragapult. Though I do agree that, yeah, you should have just a Dragapult in the deck because, you know, what do you lose? You lose 1 card, right? You got to put a Psychic Energy or a Luminous Energy in there. I think it's worth it. You know, if you're going to play Cloak, you may as well put Dragapult in there. Why not? So, yeah, we'll just go Crispin next turn. We're going to get another Garchomp. We're definitely retreating the active Garchomp because that's what we're going to do. Or do I Crispin? They have Typhlosion. We're actually not going to be knocking out their Typhlosion. So, I don't know. Maybe we let them knock out the Garchomp? Because again, they can't one-shot a Garchomp with a power weight on it. So maybe I should just focus on powering up my Monkey Dory so that I can stop. Ooh, that's a good idea. So I can potentially stop Experience Share from activating. Or I can just, you know, retreat into Spiritomb and knock it out with Spiritomb. That's also, you know, a thing. And that's probably what I'm going to do, to be completely honest. I don't know, right? It's such a tough call. Like, who do you take the knockout with? Them giving me the Pheasantipity is great. And I guess that means they have a pretty bad hand. Because you wouldn't give me a Pheasantipity when I can just knock it out really at any point. Unless you absolutely had to. Yeah, okay. What's their discard pile looking like? They got 4 Ethan's Adventure. So they're doing 280. We're going to have 3 hundo on the Garchomp. I think now... And wait, me and my dog, you unfollowed me? Everyone, me and my dog. Me and my dog unfollowed, then just refollowed. That means they are the worst kind of person ever. And Timmy? Timmy, yes. Garchomp is great. I'm having a blast with it. I'm really enjoying it. You're about to Draconic Buster? Polly? Wait, you're about to unfollow me? That's not very nice. But your name is an ace spec. The only reason I noticed that me and my dog unfollowed me is because we hit the 6,700 follower goal about 10 minutes ago, And then we re-hit the 6,700 follower goal a minute ago. Okay. They put Shaman down. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Again, it has weaknesses, but it also has a lot of strengths. I think it, I wouldn't be surprised if this makes day 2 at a lot of regionals coming up, especially when we get the Gatorade. I'm excited for it. And yeah, again, I don't think we take the knockout here. That is my prediction here is we don't take the knockout. We go Crispin for these guys. I want to put the fighting in the hand. And then we go Darkness. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I want the Garchomp, and then I'm going to show them the Roselia. I mean, Arcanite could be watching the stream. They gave me a thumbs up, and thumbs up is the universal sign that I'm a viewer and I enjoy your content. There would be no other reason to give me a thumbs up. All right, so then we're going to get the Roselia, and then I have access to another Monkey Dory. But the main goal here is to knock out this Typhlosion without activating the experience share. That is the #1 goal. Uh-oh. Maybe I shouldn't have got the Roselia. Yeah, then we can basically just be like, Monkey Dory who? We don't need no stinking Monkey Dory. We can Corkscrew Dive for 280 damage or something. We can one-shot a Dragapult with Corkscrew Dive and Maximum Belt. Isn't that crazy? You play 4 Gatorade, that's 220. 3 Roselia is, what, 310? You just need a Vitality Band. So you need 2 Roserade, 4 Gatorade, 1 Maximum Belt, and a Corkscrew Dive. You can knock out a Dragapult. I mean, I know that's not going to happen very often, but it's like the fact that you can, especially with Garchomp drawing you so many cards, that's really cool. Ah, they did the thing. I think they see my plan. My master plan has been foiled. Okay, but that's a lot of Gatorade. Oh yeah, we're just slamming back Gatorades. Wait, is the plural of Gatorade Gatorade? Kind of like how the plural of Pokemon is Pokemon? Okay, and then, yeah, as long as we don't top deck an energy, then we should be okay. Right? I mean, they can obviously gust this Garchomp, and that's not great, but I mean, it's not great for them either. Yeah, it shuts off Monkey Dory and sucks a butt and all that. And it will allow them to do, the experience share, but it gives me an extra turn of monkeying around. Yeah, so the Gatorade is just Electro Power, but for fighting types instead of lightning types. And that's really good, because fighting types aren't in the best spot right now. Garchomp's like the best fighting type card we've had in a little while. Yeah, I think it's more accurate that it's more like Electro Power, because the power tablets, no one liked those cards. Electro Power. Countercatcher time. Yep, countercatcher time. Oh, what a shock. Okay, so it's countercatcher. They're knocking out this guy. They have essentially foiled my strategy. Wait, no, don't retreat. What are you doing? Retreating is bad. Right? They should absolutely not be doing this. Right? I think this is a bad decision. Because now I can just kind of wipe their board of Typhlosion. I mean, I know I can't do it next turn, so it's not like, it's the worst thing they've ever done. They've lost the plot. No, it's not the worst thing. It's just, they can't one-shot a Garchomp. So this is interesting. And everyone hated Electro Power. I think Pikachu and Zekrom, out of all of the good tag teams, I think it was fairly balanced, because it only had 240 hit points. It had a fighting weakness at a time when I think there were good fighting types. We had Marshadow and Machamp. Okay, there's a Poffin. We have a Spiritomb. We're just gonna keep that secret and keep it safe. Again, if I knew I had the stupid thing in the deck, I would 100% use it. But we don't know that we have the... We know we don't have the Roserade in the deck, so we can't do it. Okay, so... If I Iono them to 4... I mean, yeah, I think we just attach to the Gabite. Iono them to 4... And then we can just hopefully get a Darkness Energy. Oh, of course not. All right. We'll go Champion's Call and get nothing. Awesome. Night Stretcher for... I guess I get the Garchomp this turn. I think that's the right call, just because I need to draw more cards. This is... Oh, this is really bad. Awesome. I'm going to have to use... I'm going to have to super rod in my fighting energy just to get max value out of Crispin, I think, because I think we're out of... Yeah, that's all 5 fighting energy. So I'm going to have to use Super Rod to shuffle in the 1 fighting energy to make sure that I get max value from the... Well, actually, this could be good, right? Okay, that was great. Because now we can do all the things. We can take double KOs of Typhlosion. And they will know what hit them. But they won't know what hit them. They will know because they're probably paying attention to the game. But yeah, Typhlosion's just good, right? Typhlosion is the second best new Destined Rivals deck. You know, Grimmsnarl's number 1 with Frostlass. Typhlosion's number 2. Garchomp's number 3, baby. And then Mewtwo's number 4. Alrighty. Hey, we got the Crispin. Wait, does this mean I can do the thing? Because they shuffled it back in. Oh, we can get a triple Monkey Dory turn. This is amazing. Right? Yes? Yes? No. Come on. Why are you being like this to me? I thought we had something. I thought we had something special. Okay, so... I guess I Iono first. No, King Super Specs, wrong order. Iono first, then double KO. See, I'm smarter than the average bear. All right, so let's go 1, 2, 3, and then heal you again. 1, 2, 3, and then we retreat. Oh, yeah, we don't retreat. We take our prize. Hopefully it's like an Ultra Ball or something. And it's an Earthen Vessel, which we don't currently want. So we retreat, and then Corkscrew Dive. Well, yeah, we got the Picnic Basket. All right, so they're going to be able to attack with Dragapult. They will have to put 6 damage counter somewhere, though. Uh-oh. We are in danger right now. We're in a slight bit of danger, but as long as I don't bench anybody else, they're going to basically have to take 2 turns or 3 turns to win. Yeah, they're going to have to take 3 turns to win. They cannot win next turn. Right? Because if they don't knock out the Garchomp on the bench, then I just go Spiritomb Energy thingy thing. Unless they get the greatest, like I get the worst Iono in history and they get the greatest Iono in history. Slowpoke and Psyduck. I remember those days of trying to make all the tag teams work. Remember Latias and Latios, or Latios and Latias, which had that heart card that was worth like $1 million, but the card itself wasn't very good outside of wacky tag team road decks. All right. I have triple Monkey Dory. We are in the sauce right now. The question is, can you fit another counter catcher in the list? Yes, you can. Okay, so no Iono. Everyone, clench those cheats. You know what time it is. Clench the cheats. Make sure they whiff an Iono. If your cheeks aren't clenched, I'm gonna know. I'm gonna feel it's like the force, but the force of the cheeks. Oh, they're waffling. They're waffle stomping. They know they don't got it. They know that's GG. They know they've been bested by the pilot. Ah, crap. Okay, so we might lose. There is a chancey that we lose, and this is where the Toedscruel probably would have come into play. Oh, wait, no. Yes? Yeah, we win. We win because I got Crispin. Right? Because, yeah, so as long as I don't top deck in energy, we win because of Crispin. Because I just go Draconic Buster, double Monkey Dory. Get wrecked, Arcanite. I know you're probably a viewer, but still, get wrecked. You know, you took 6 minutes more than me. You deserve that. Don't top deck a freaking energy. Oh, thank you. That was so close. That was so close. Actually, it wouldn't have mattered because we only needed one. We only needed the 2 Monkey Dory anyways. So I'll give him a thumbs up. Oh, who's the best? You know, oh, that Typhlosion's the #1 new deck. I think Garchomp's better because, you know, when it's in my feet, it's the best deck. Look at that. 260. 5,900 for PSA 10. That is nutso. You know, I probably could have wrapped this up a little bit earlier if we had the freaking Roserade, but we've prized it in back-to-back games. Doesn't matter. Tier 1 player here. Don't know if this will make it into the YouTube video because it's like a freaking 20-minute game. Because, you know, coming from TCG Pocket, you know, those games take 2 minutes. You just hit the concede button if you don't go first. But here, games take 20 minutes, but they feel so good, like squishing lotion between your toes.